かなかやるな。
Super Saiyan 3 Daima Vegeta is officially in game, and a lot of people don't like this character in terms of what he's able to do. I believe it's actually the friend. I guess we could bring up mine with the cool sticker effect here. I looked at this guy's details initially, and I thought he looked really good, especially for short content. I think he will rock in short content still. But I think, when we consider Red Zone Jiren, I guess the Vegeta Red Zone Jiren as well, right? Both of them, their locking abilities, which could really harm this guy. And we consider the consistency of this guy, how many supers he's getting off, how tanky he actually is. There may be issues, right? But at the end of the day, I like to use this guy before giving any final judgments or final thoughts here. So mine is 55%, which might not really help his case here, but again, we gotta keep in mind they're asking you to summon for this guy right after anniversary and before Saiyan Day. So I think especially in a spot like this guy having questionable defense and stuff like that, even just for any unit that releases, honestly, is not ideal, especially because he's a character pretty much a locked slump one, right? Now turn 1 he has 90% damage reduction in slump 1, but after that he gets 70% damage reduction by itself. No extra defensive mechanics, which could already be an issue. I brought this guy by accident, to be honest, because at first I was actually going to go into Red Zone, and then I decided I wanted to go into Battle Hardened Foes first. I don't know how good this guy's going to be here. I might just kind of load him off, honestly. They do link pretty well, though, but I don't think I'm going to probably not worry about this guy. If he does die, it is completely my fault for bringing him. I mean, we'll see how things go. I mean, 90% reduction turn 1, I don't really think it's going to be an issue. He does also get 200% defense when receiving an attack, right? So that should be fine. I guess talking about the good things about this guy, one thing I really like is his super attack effect, right? So when he super attacks, he gets 33% attack and defense for 3 turns, but he also provides all allies 33% defense for the turn. Now that does not include himself, but that defensive support that's multiplicative is really, really good. I think, it'll provide a lot of extra defense to these characters. Now, one thing about this guy I think I do want to know as well is he's reliant on the enemy attack patterns. I think is one thing that, we could say about some of these counter units potentially, but he gets an additional super attack when receiving an attack, and then when receiving a super attack, right? So those are 2 separate procs. He could get 4 super attacks in a turn if we consider those 2 his original one of the hidden potential system. So, that could lead to a lot of extra defensive capabilities to your other characters on the rotation. That's 132% defense potentially he could provide to you. Other turns specifically, we are getting 66% defense support. But, I mean, besides that, he's not really doing anything else, right? I mean, his damage is not, like, something that I'm going to be going crazy over, I feel like. I mean, we're seeing 10 mil attack stats. He could do 4 of those. It's fine, right? We've seen, obviously, characters, even at free dupe, do way, way, way more damage. Turn 1, he has the 50% chance to crit and the scouter, but after that, he also loses that. I don't know. I feel like it feels like something extra can be given to this guy just off of an initial glance. You guys get what I mean? We have the LR Gods intro as well, by the way. Really, really good intro animation. I think just a quick fix for this guy, on his own team at least. If he provided that defensive support for 2 turns, I think would be awesome. Or if because he has to keep getting hit every single turn with the super attack. I think that's not always going to happen. Like, look at this. Like, what happens when we get into a situation like this and he's not able to, like, he's not getting hit, he's not getting the extra defense stacks. I mean, we're going to put him here in Slot 1. I assume he's going to eat the super attack quite well, right? Impulse super, he should be fine. If he is not, with 90% reduction, I don't know about that. He should be fine here. Like, I would be shocked if with 90% reduction, this guy is not in a good spot. However, this is what I'm talking about, where you're not always gonna get attacked before you attack, and you're not always going to get hit with a super attack before you attack. I think a lot of times that will happen because we're the boss supers, right? I think there's many bosses with really high chances of super attack that will just do that. And we got those additional supers, but I don't believe they will carry over to the next turn, because it's not like the next time you attack that'll happen. It is just within that same turn. So unfortunately, even though we got those two additionals, they're not actually going to be guaranteed at all to happen, right? So you're missing out on some defense support and a bunch of other things in relation to that, which do suck. That does really suck. But I mean, I guess this is how the card is designed at the end of the day. I do like that turn one performance though. I think no matter what, like in this battle hardened foes or like short content, this guy will be a viable slot one character. Just because 90% reduction is very hard to age out, right? It's just such a high amount of damage you're reducing. Now, obviously it will eventually happen, because this guy does get 20% of that in slot 1. So if he gets locked or he's put in slot 2, he's gonna lose quite a bit of that right here. But we'll just keep things as they are, right? With this Vegeta, he is sharing some extra links, like the Prodigies link, right? I think it will be helpful. Also with this Goku, right, he is losing Saiyan Warrior Race and Prodigies. We'll keep going here, and we'll let this Goku get this. Again, I'm not necessarily... I guess I would be a little worried about Vegeta in the middle, but Kefla is supering right here, so we should be fine. Let's see. What you got here for us, Vegeta? 200k. That's with the defense lore being fair. I mean, yeah, no, I think 200k is fine. Like I would say he took that very well. Right, even with just the 70% damage reduction, considering that I guess this guy last turn did get the double super, right? So he's getting the 2-turn defense raise. Right here, he did actually get supered, so he's getting a triple now. And after he could get the hidden potential, this is the 69% one, which he did not get the hidden potential super, unfortunately. It is what it is. I'm really only interested in seeing what the Vegetas do, so we'll go ahead and get to the next rotation with the other Super Saiyan Vegeta. Alright, we're back here. I guess I might also transform into this Vegeta. Oh, I didn't even play this, but because it's been a while since I've seen this, so why not? Yeah, I think what I'll do is turn this off. We don't need to see this right now. And we'll let my Vegeta just stay here in slot 1. You know what? I think there's two things I think they could have given this character still. And one of them could have been multi-turn support, because he is sitting slot 1. He is, you know, I think, you know, that other Vegeta definitely with the, I think this Kefla does lower by 50% defense, and I should have brought up the stats for this fight ahead of time. I mean, guys, they dropped. Do you know how many fights they dropped that I have to keep remembering what they're doing? It is absolutely crazy. He did not actually finish this Kefla off. If she supers here, I would like to see that. She decided not to super attack, so hey, I guess we'll get an extra stack with the gods. Not that it really matters, because we should finish these off probably with their active skill, like the gods, Super Saiyan Blue active skill by the time we get back. We could also potentially get the active skill with the Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta too, but yeah, that calculates for 2.8 with the defense lower. I think that's pretty nice. I'm not gonna get Super Saiyan 4 Goku out, because that'll just get rid of the super attack, but what I'll do is let's get the Super Gogeta buff, I think, you know, with the... So we can see the scouter here too. She's not even supering anyways. Ah, man, whatever. We'll get the Super Gogeta buff for Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta here, and we'll see what kind of extra damage he might be able to do. We will 100% finish things off this fight. Yeah, her not supering here does really suck. We could at least get this active skill too, though. Yeah, sure. I think this is the only short fight where I think we'll be able to see this consistently, so let's play this off. Now the active skill can be used after you receive 5 attacks, or after you do 5 attacks in battle. It gives him 33% attack for the turn. I think that's cool. Why doesn't he give himself defense during the turn? Right? You know, you guys get what I mean? Now, he's at 659k defense here because of the Gogeta active skill, which is really nice. So, obviously, that is going to essentially triple, right? And that means that his defense, once he actually does receive the attack, will shoot all the way up to 1.9 mil defense, right? Which is that's a lot of defense, even with 70% damage reduction. That's really, really good. And we don't even have Super Saiyan 4 Goku up. I mean, in this situation where if we would get Super Saiyan 4 Goku up, we would actually be able to get 80% or damage reduction with that even higher amount of defense. That will make this Vegeta look really good in that situation. But Gogeta's active skill makes like almost anything look good, right? So that's a 22 mil attack stat. He could do 3 of these if we count the hidden potential system. He's not guaranteed to crit though, but he is hitting super effective because of the Gogeta active skill. I'm not gonna be like, oh yeah, guys, if this guy's good, just put him next to the Super Gogeta active skill turn, man. I mean, he definitely looks good here on this turn. Like, I'm not gonna say he looks bad or anything, but this is not gonna be something that you'll see, I think, in a lot of situations. Like, you'll definitely see this. Like, if you're running this guy's team, you're gonna use the fusions, but I'm not gonna be like, oh yeah, it's his average performance, right? Oh, he's always gonna be like this, right? Because he's not, unfortunately, right? It is what it is. So we got the Ribrian, Kun-sen, Rosie. Now this fight could be really interesting because Ribrian in the second phase could actually... Oh, we're getting the intro again. Ribrian in the second phase actually is able to hit for 9 million damage. So, I mean, we'll see what Vegeta could do against a 9 mil super attack. If we even get to that part. I mean, if we get the opportunity to go against it, I'm obviously gonna, like, if it's like using the Ghost Session or seeing him against the super, I want to show him against the super attack because we're trying to rate his performance. And this is where, even with 70% damage reduction, like, you need, that can only take you so far against these bosses that are hitting for that hard. And it's really crazy, right? So we're getting super attack right there instantly from Ribrian, Kun-sen, and Rosie, which will be very nice. I mean, does Vegeta link better with this guy? He doesn't, so we'll keep the gods here. That should be fine. And this character will get his super attacks off. Now, obviously, this super attack early on is not gonna be a situation where, oh, we're dead because of this super attack. This one specifically hits for 3.3 mil defense, which, I mean, say 3.3 mil damage, but I didn't mean to say defense, I meant to say damage. They also get 22% attack on top of that, so it probably is hitting closer to 3.5 mil. Him taking that double digits there, we'll definitely love to see that. And the next turn, he'll have the extra raise from his from receiving a super attack, right? Because he's getting this guaranteed additional super. At the very least, I do like that they're guaranteed additional super attacks. I do think that he should just keep these for the rest of the fight, though, because I could see, like, in long fights, his defense is gonna go up and down, and that won't be really consistent. In these shorter fights, though, it's not gonna be something to ask too much for. It just, the longer you go in these fights, the more, like, of a chance it's just not gonna happen. Maybe we'll get more turns like that first turn with the other Vegeta where he just couldn't get attacked at all, right? And that is very unfortunate. But it is what it is. We'll skip to the next turn because, I mean, these guys, like, aren't really a part of the showcase. Besides, I guess, you know, you could be like, oh, you know, they'll eat a super attack better because of the support. Most characters that are good, though, once they super, they're not in danger anyways. It is nice to have, though. I think it is definitely a nice little ability. So the Scouter's right at the end. This doesn't really make a difference, but I want to show this turn because it is going to have an influence on what happens the turn we come back to this guy, because how the Tech Ribrian phase works is she doesn't super 9 mil off the gate, but she supers 9 mil on the next turn, right? So she starts off at 4.5 mil, but then on her second entry turn, she hits for 90. Which would be the second turn that you're actually against her. I mean, we'll see what happens. Yeah, because these bosses hit really hard right off the gate. I think this will be just a good instant look at what this guy's able to do. So we have Super Saiyan 3 Goku here. We can't really transform with him. I guess we need to hope that Vegeta's gonna get supered instantly here is kind of the idea. The gods are off by 1 key, huh? That does suck a lot. It is what it is. I mean, the gods getting supered here, I think means death. I'm very confident that. I almost want to keep Super Saiyan 3 Goku right here. I don't think his orbs could fall down though. Like they're, yeah, because it's gonna drop like the tech orb right there, huh? So we're just kind of screwed in general. But I think I'll keep Super Saiyan 3 Goku here, just because he has the dodge ability. And we'll put these guys at the end. Hopefully they won't get supered. Now Ribrianne, she does have a 15% chance to super attack, so that's not always going to be in slot 1. I feel like, you know, a lot of these bosses have like 20, 30, even like 50% super attack chances, right? Not this Ribrianne. If we see her super attack this Vegeta after he supers, though, I think that'd be really nice, because it'd be a good showing of how tanky this guy is. Yeah, see, this is why I put this guy in slot 2, because he at least has a 70% chance to dodge here, which, again, if Ribrianne supers either him or their gods, it's not gonna be a good look. Oh, yeah, that will. Yeah, I think this is where we could talk about, like, you know, the gods and Super Saiyan 4s. Like, their one weakness would be turn 3 in these fights, because I think they're really good to bring here, but you do want them on the second rotation. Does that make sense? Where they're always gonna have the invincibility, and then you transform them and then they're invincible again. In a situation like this, it is a bit dangerous. Yeah, see, I'm pretty sure we're dead here. So I should have kept the rotations as I did. Okay. Yeah. Oh, we're alive. Oh my god, we're at 1% HP. We're at 1%. Oh my goodness. That's crazy. She just super. What is her cooldown? 10? So she's not gonna super again this turn. No, she could super at the end. Her normals hit really hard too. I guess. I mean, yeah. This is not particularly a good look here. Vegeta is missing out on. Oh wait, I could use the Ghost Usher, but then I don't want to, because I want to see him tank the super. Yeah, I mean, my 55% Vegeta, is he gonna, like, in the middle, is he gonna die to normals? These normals hit for 3 mil now. I would be shocked if he dies to normals. I would be so surprised if he is like, yeah, actually normals are gonna kill me here. There's no way. Especially because we are gonna get some of the extra defensive support from the Vegeta in the front. He is not getting his additionals though, because, well, he could still get one additional if I'm not mistaken, but he's not gonna get one of his additionals because we couldn't hit the 20 key mark. As long as he gets his double super though, we should be fine, right? I guess I could have put the Goku in the middle, like as in, like, I could have reverse exchange into Goku. Because again, I don't want to. Obviously I could use the Ghost Usher here. I don't want to use the Ghost Usher, because if I use the Ghost Usher, then we're not gonna see the 9 mil super, right? You know, that's the whole reason, right? I kind of want to see in this fight. Yeah, I know we died though. Sure. All right, we're back here against Ribrianne. I think we're just gonna go ahead and keep doing the same thing. I don't think we're gonna one-turn this fight or anything like that. We'll have my 55% Diamond Vegeta here. He was able to get 2 supers last turn. He also is getting the Dokkan attack here. Ribrianne's doing quite a bit of attacks. Hopefully she supers really quickly and not at the end of the rotation. Or if she doesn't want to super attack at all, that would also be good. I just don't want to get a situation where she's just not gonna super. I'm gonna miss the Dokkan attack here, just so that I'm able to what's the word I was gonna say? That way I'm able to get. I forgot the wording I was gonna use again. I don't know why I just forgot. Oh yeah, just we do less damage, right? And then hopefully we'll come back to another rotation if she doesn't super us like next turn. Potentially, right? Because if she supers right at the end, then she's not going to super next turn, most likely, because she has the cooldown. Ideally, she doesn't even super attack at all. But yeah, just because obviously this guy's not really going to eat damage, and the whole point is to see what Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta does. And, you know, showcases could be funny because the bosses aren't always going to do what you want them to do. And again, I think that comes back to this Vegeta's design where he's kind of designed around what the boss does, but that is not in your control at all. That is completely RNG, right? Like, I can't control where the boss is going to super. I can't control if the boss is always going to attack there. You know, I can't control the boss locking me or the boss sealing my super attack. Like, you know, I guess I could not take Vegeta into those fights, but I think you guys get my point. Don't super, of course. Well, so she's not going to super next turn, so awesome. Alright, hopefully we'll get back to Ribrianne. We'll see what happens. Okay, so this boss is just never gonna super attack me, I think. I mean, I can't control the boss. I can't control. So I wanted to show this just because he took some damage from normals, right? The Super Saiyan 3 free to Vegeta. It's okay, it is what it is. Post super attack, he should be fine. I use the Batar break at the end just so that I'm able to well, how do I explain it? I use the Batar break at the end just because I wanted to I always forget what I'm gonna say like in the middle of me saying it, so I'm just really stupid, chat. Oh yeah, I wanted to put him at the end so that because with the guard and still I think he has 50% reduction, or he should still have 70% reduction. Either way, with that ability, he should be good to go. Even to run like these normals are hitting for 3 mil. I don't think that 3 mil normals are gonna be causing me to die. Even because with the guard and 70% reduction, we should be good to go. Yeah, and especially once he gets a couple supers. Hopefully, we get supered finally, though. That'd be awesome if we can get super attacks, chat. Wouldn't that be great, man? I would love to see that happen. Oh no, we do die. You know, whatever. You know what we'll do? I'm gonna we're gonna hop into a longer fight. I don't know, man. It just. All right, we're back here, and I was just gonna go in again for the Ribrianne thing. Lucky it took a day break because I just got annoyed. We're gonna see Vegeta get supered here again. This is my pre-dupe Vegeta. Slot 1 against an STR super attack, right? Now this Kefla, you know, especially since he's type advantage against the Vegeta, we'll be able to hit this Vegeta for decently hard. So it'll be really nice to see how exactly that's gonna operate. Vegeta's of course gonna guarantee to get his double super attack, so it's not that big of a deal. Kefla does hit for pretty much nearing 4 million damage. Which again, obviously is a very important thing to consider for this Vegeta in terms of his tanking. This is a type disadvantage 4 mil super, 55% Vegeta. I don't know, maybe he just straight up dies. 500k. It's honestly like, I'm not gonna say that's like crazy, but that's not bad, like at all. 500k against a 4.5 mil super, right? And he was able to get his super attacks off, of course, first. That's a very important thing, but I mean, like, I think people think this guy is completely unrunnable, and he's not. So, I mean, that's pretty good luck right now, honestly. So, that's pretty awesome. All right, we'll come right back. Ribrianne is supering this Vegeta instantly. This is the free dupe of Vegeta here with the 4 mil super. He's gotten a couple of stacks before then, so again, it's a 4.5 million super attack, which definitely does do quite a bit of damage, and he took that for about 300k. I mean, this is obviously without the extra damage reduction. Okay, well, he's not also getting any support whatsoever from the Vegito, because the Vegito himself actually only supports Earth protecting heroes. Okay, well, my Cord and Patara, right? Isn't this fantastic? Don't you guys love when everything just goes wrong in a recording? It's just so good. We'll come back next turn, and Vegeta just doing his thing where he got a triple super here, which is nice because he got super attacked, but he's only doing 10 mils. I guess you just gotta trust me on that, man. So this turn we have Super Saiyan 4 Goku here, and things should be looking just fine for us. Again, Rubian hopefully supers us in slump 1. That'd be best case scenario, so we could see what this even free Daima Vegeta is able to do. I mean, if she supers right in that spot after he super attacks, he'll be looking quite good, actually, I would say, because when Super Saiyan 4 Goku's out with this guy, he has 80% damage reduction slot 1, and I think that's the point where he's starting to look like really powerful. But the issue again is, you know, him wanting to be with the Goku right there could be quite tough. Honestly, from what I'm seeing though, I'm not like hating this guy. I think he's still looking good to me. From what I've seen, I haven't died with him obviously or anything like that. Is she gonna super the middle? Whew, she might just hit Super Saiyan 4 Goku with that 9 mil. If she does, I'm just gonna say screw it. We're gonna go into a red zone fight. Ideally, I wanted to what's it called? Okay, well, if Broly gets hit with the super, he also will take a bit of damage, I would say. But if we get past this, we could actually potentially see Daima Vegeta next turn against the 9 mil super, if she doesn't actually super us at the end right here. Because if she doesn't actually hit us with that super attack, we're still gonna be able to get hit with a super next turn, obviously, right? Because she has a cooldown of 10. Ooh, okay, wait a minute. Let's see what this Daima Vegeta does right here. We could use his active skill. Doesn't really matter. We'll use the Gods active though. Just cause, right? Yeah, we do love the LR Gods here. I'm actually going to keep the LR Gods here. Well, we get better links with you. So we'll just do this here. That'll be a-okay. And again, not using any actives or anything. We'll see. Rubian, are you gonna instant super this Vegeta right here? Right now, no? She does. Okay, well, 70% reduction may only be able to take us so far. I don't know. Yeah, 1.5 mil. Yeah, you know, that's where it gets to the point where, like, a lot of other slot 1 characters would have a better time there, I would say. Like, you know, I think Tech Broly with his guard and 78% reduction, or let's say even the Goku could just straight up dodge that, right? Just trying to think of some other Slot 1 characters that would just, in my opinion, have a more of a survivability chance than this Vegeta, and that's where the issues kind of rise. But you know, for the most part, I do like what I saw. So we'll hop into one of these red zone stages, and we'll kind of wrap up from there. So we have the best rotations starting up as always. I love how these rotations are. Absolutely stunning. So at least almost a GT Vegeta, which the GT Vegeta and Goku do come out today. I decided to just go into the Blue Goku stage just for this final part because Blue Goku could eventually hit hard. He's one phase, and I don't really have to sit here for like 16 billion years getting all this done. I wanted to see what this guy would do against Jiren, but the one good thing about him that Jiren fight is, I was gonna say Jiren as in the battle hardened foes Jiren, where he has the crits. This guy's gonna do really well in that fight because he has 90% reduction. So I don't really think it's necessary to show this guy off in that specific situation, because the red zone Jiren, well, he doesn't do damage with the damage cap at free dupe without the crit, huh? That's kind of silly. But with the red zone Jiren, I could see this guy potentially having issues if he's locked around, but at the same time, the int AoE phase he should be perfectly safe in, which is a nice little thing. I would assume he'd be perfectly safe in the AoE phase, right? AGL Jiren, I feel like, you know, seeing what he took against the SDR Cap Club makes me think he would be safe against the AGL Jiren, especially if you have Super Saiyan 4 Goku episode. I'm liking this guy for sure. I just really don't like that he's very susceptible to what the boss is doing, right? If the boss doesn't super him instantly, he's not getting the super attack stacks up. If the boss, maybe isn't even attacking before he attacks, he's gonna be in trouble there. If he gets locked, if he gets sealed, stunned, like all these things really hurt this guy. Like, because he doesn't have any ways around it. He's not like dodging, he's not like getting these abilities permanently. It's like even if he gets super attacked, this guy gets sealed, he's not getting his 2-turn buff, then the next turn, like, he's not gonna be looking really good defensively because he's gonna be losing potentially up to like 90 to 130% of these stats, right? Depending on like if he triple supers and things like this. Now we're in trouble here. I mean, this Goku's our best shot, I believe, because this guy does have some damage reduction, right? He does have 30% damage. No, see, it's 20% reduction with 1 rainbow keys for. I mean, would it be better to put this guy in slot 1? It might be, actually, because he has more defense than this guy. Well, this guy has 50% reduction too, but he has a higher defense cap because this character doesn't get 20% until he attacks, and he gets another 20%, slot 1 or 2. So it would be better to put this guy in slot 1 because he has the slightly higher defense. Yeah, he doesn't really get anything extra from orbs until he attacks, though, so it is what it is. Oh, I dropped the wrong key. Whatever, it doesn't matter. We'll skip ahead to the next turn. Yeah, he died, so it is what it is, right? We got bad rotations. Yeah, this is a situation where it's like, again, this character is dependent on what the boss is doing to the point where I can't really control the situation, right, unfortunately. I think what I might do, I guess I kind of have to keep Daima Vegeta here. Yeah, there's not really a workaround for that. So I might just get the Goku out here still and just let him get some extra attack stacking at the end there because he still has his full passive. But yeah, again, this is a spot where, I was gonna come back on like turn 5 or so when we could actually start having Goku really hit hard because he does build up over a couple of turns to start doing his actual damage, and that's what I really wanted to see from this guy. But again, one of the issues is, again, this guy was only able to get 1 super this turn, so now next turn Goku's going to be hitting a lot harder, but we'll see what happens. Again, he builds up over 5 turns with each super attack he does, so at this point he should be very close to fully being built up, and we'll see what happens. At this point, Blue Goku should be fully built up here. So this is a 90% Daima Vegeta we got. Age-O Vegeta at the end is, I assume he's not gonna take damage from normals. I mean, yeah, Daima Vegeta will also provide him some extra defense support. So, I mean, we'll see. Daima Vegeta, what you got for us here? What you got? Double digits in this turn. I mean, yeah, is that not good at this point? I think that's just a good thing, but now we got to talk about what else is this guy doing. I think that's a major thing because these characters nowadays are doing a billion different things, and this guy is not doing damage. He is supporting, but I feel like he's not providing key support first and foremost. He's not providing offense support, which is not as a big a deal as this defense support. I think the defense support is really nice, but most of the time these bosses are going to be supering in slot 1. So while the defense support is nice, it's really only going to help like a character if it's a boss that may super at the end, which is not impossible to happen, but I don't think it's as likely, or characters who struggle to take normals. There are some uses with it, and early on build up characters could really benefit from it too, but I'm not sure if it's like as crazy as I originally was thinking, in terms of like, okay, it sounds really good, but when you're actually using it in game, is it gonna be a game changer ability? Probably not. You know what would have make it a game changing ability if it was 2 turns and then your slot 1 character next turn could benefit from it. I think that'd be really nice. I mean, nowadays 2-turn support is like, that's a thing for like these new Dokkan Festival or LR characters. A lot of them can provide 2-turn support. This guy, like, he has a turn 1 scouter, I guess, which is nice. He's good in the battle hardened formidable foe stages, which I do like. Like, he's a good character, but I just like, when I'm using him, I'm like wishing for more still. I think he could do something extra, or he could even be more overall consistent in terms of tanking, right? Because, I mean, there are bosses that will hit harder than this Blue Goku. And we did see him in a slot 1 situation against Ribrian 9 Super. He did get owned, right? I mean, there's not many characters in the game who could survive that. Like, if we're being completely honest there. I mean, we'll see. So, where's the super attack here? We'll just get this Vegito out right now. So, the super attack, it's actually really funny. The super is right at the end, which... Again, that's... Why is it super attack right at the end like that? This guy has a 40% chance to super. And he's like, yeah, no, I'm actually not going to super. Okay. I guess sure. But then, okay, now we're not getting super attacked. This guy's going to lose defense next turn, right? And this is where not only is he not really doing damage, he's tanking, like, very well for the most part. I would say, like, I haven't had issues where I felt like I was in danger most of the time, right? At least for him. But beyond just like, he's tanking, like I would say at an 8 out of 10 level, he's not invincible, right? But then he's also not doing anything else. That's where it comes down to me, like no rainbow orb changing, and he's also locked to slot 1. So he gets locked, he loses a lot of his tanking ability, he gets stunned, he can't get a super attack, he loses a lot of tanking ability, he gets sealed, he gets can't super, losing not only his tanking ability, but even like the little bit of support he provides that, in my opinion, isn't really as valuable, because most characters after they super attack, if they're good characters, will be fine after super attacking anyways, right? Yeah, I don't know, I mean, like, no healing or something like that. Team protector ability, he doesn't have anything like that. Like, let's take a look at Diamond, for example, right? Diamond Goku is flexible. He can be ran in slot 1 or slot 2. Diamond Goku has ways to get out of getting sealed or stuns because he has the dodge ability. Diamond Goku, I would say his support on the super attack effect lasts for 2 turns. Diamond Goku isn't reliant on having to have the what the boss does to him, right? Maybe locking could hurt him, right? I think just like it could hurt this Vegeta, locking can hurt Glorio. But I mean, Glorio's doing everything. He's stacking, he's multi-turn supporting, he has the dodge, he has high enough defense where it doesn't even matter where he tanks, he has the attack luring, he has the enemy action disable on the active skill. Like, he's doing all these things. What is this Vegeta doing beyond decent tanking at the end of the day? And like, again, look at this here. Now this Vegeta, like, he will be fine, obviously, but I don't know. I'm just like, yeah, we'll get one more rotation with the Vegeta next turn. We'll get a couple more rotations here, and let's just finish this boss up. I guess at this point, there's not really a reason to hold back from here, not at all. So we'll let Super Saiyan 4 Goku grab these, and we'll keep Super Saiyan 4 Goku here as well. We can get 11 orbs with these guys. They actually will do some pretty good damage. Yeah, I mean, this Vegeta post super attack, he should not be taking a lot of damage from this guy, because again, on turns with Super Saiyan 4 Goku, I would say this Vegeta is in literally no trouble, because 80% reduction with the amount of defense he gets, especially post super, it's just more than high enough. And I think one thing people will think this guy's worse than he is, but it's like, okay, well, now he's not getting these additionals, man. The next turn, he'll still take some damage, even with the 80% reduction, I'm thinking, because he only got 1 super. I mean, I guess, yeah, Super Saiyan 4 Goku is also providing a lot for tanking at this point, right? Because he's preventing the 2-turn 44% stats, which, you know, is helpful. But then you get to the point where, well, you're not always going to have Super Saiyan 4 Goku tied to this guy's hip as well. So, I just really wish, like, on the active skill turn, he could do good damage, I guess, right? That's nice. But, like, low-key, I would have also preferred if he had more defense, right? I don't know. Let me know what y'all are thinking. We'll get like one or two more rotations, and we'll kind of call it from there. These guys are gonna do like 16 billion supers, so we'll back. I could use the Gogeta active here. I kind of want to see what this 55% Vegeta is gonna do in this situation, though, even without the Gogeta active skill. I did transform a Gogeta so we could we'll still have some of his extra support up here. But I think I'll use this active skill when we get to the other turn, and we'll kind of finish the boss up in there. I want to see what Vegeta does solely himself against Super. 200k. Again, that is not bad. Like, that's actually that's good tanking. That's like what I think he maxed out like 4.5 or so. Type neutral. Free super attack, only 200k. Yeah, I'm liking what I'm seeing against most bosses. He'll probably be fine. And there's the 55% Vegeta, by the way. But beyond that, yeah, I could have used his active skill at this point. He would actually be able to do some good damage. But okay, post super attack, he should be fine too. And I guess we gotta keep in mind, this is a fight that I think is very much so designed around him being able to do well, because this boss is mostly always going to super attack you in slot 1. And last turn, we did not even get supered in slot 1, I believe, with this guy, because the Vegeta was the one who got supered right at the end. So, yeah, I hate him for sure. He's doing his role, but it's like, you guys know, like, you're meeting he's doing what he needs to for the role, but that's what he's doing. He's doing the minimum of slot 1 take. When there's characters that could do extra, like let's say I'm trying to find another character that I can compare to this guy specifically, like at the top of my head, because yeah, I don't know. I like him though overall. I just feel like for a brand new TUR, it's like. He could be. Okay, let's go bed. Actually, I think we'll just end things here. We saw enough for this guy. This video's long enough, I think. I mean, yeah, I would say he's definitely in the discussion for like these top TUR characters. I think he's better than people give him credit for in terms of being a slot 1 tank option in game. It just kind of feels like he's bare bones at the same time. So I'm ending things here, though. I think we've covered everything that I wanted to. Let me know what you're all thinking. I appreciate y'all for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time. Peace out.